All right, American Horror Story Apocalypse, episode 8. Um, yeah, I wasn't big on this one. This was a big misstep, in my opinion. That sucks. I hope you disagree, and I hope you're like, what are you talking about? This episode is great. Good for you. Man, this just wasn't working much for me at all. I thought it was way too goofy, especially once they get to like those fucking tech guys with the bowl haircuts or whatever. Oh my god, I don't know what the hell was going on here, but it got way too silly, in my opinion. Yes, there's a lot of silliness in this season. I'm not going to say there isn't, but there's a balance, and this went over. Okay, I've been saying since the beginning. No, not since the beginning, but at least like maybe 3, 4 episodes in, I've been really surprised by this season. And up until this episode, I've been like, oh my god, this might be the best season they've had. This is a great season. And then this happens, and it's unfortunate because it was the Halloween episode of American Horror Story. This was the episode that should have killed. Last week's episode should have been this week's episode. So, I don't know, man. This was not great, but whatever. Anyways, so we find out that Meade here cannot be resurrected by Michael Langdon because Cordelia put a spell on her soul. So I'm glad that was at least explained, because I was like, why is she a robot? Not really huge on why she's a robot now because those characters are so ridiculously stupid. But whatever. Anyway, so he goes and, she offers her his hand, and he comes up and he's like, I'm going to kill all you bitches, because she just wiped out all of his little cronies. So he goes and he makes a circle and he sits in it for 4 days, and he starts like hallucinating. I mean, after you don't eat for 4 days, I think everyone would be seeing angels and diapers and fucking goats that you rip off their horns and snakes crawl out and kids with Fanta. I mean, shit, you need sugar. Your blood sugar would be so low by that point. Everybody would be dreaming of Fanta. But he sees it. He asks the goat if it's his dad. That was pretty funny. And then he goes back to town. He finds the Church of Satan. Yeah, that's just around every corner. I've seen 3 of them in the last couple hours. Fuck, I've never seen a Church of Satan anywhere. But he finds that he's the Antichrist, right? It's probably just let him right there, right? That makes sense. Why not? I did like how the Sandra Bernhard, she's telling them, like, she's pissed off about how they haven't sinned enough and they need to get better at sinning, and they're disgraced to sin and all. That was pretty funny. It's like the exact opposite of a church. I mean, obviously that's what it would be, but I don't know. It was just the way she was saying all of it. I was like, this is kind of funny. Get out there and do something more horrible, you fucking pansies. Oh, that was great. And why would anyone want the end times like this? I just don't get that. I mean, I'm not a fucking lunatic. I don't think. But I just don't know. Especially this one chick he meets who takes him into her house and all that. She's just explaining, like, I want to burn for all eternity. Did she do something so horrible she just thinks she deserves it, or what? But she seems to be super into it. Like, that's what she wants. I don't know. She's into pain. Like, the whole reason they sell their souls to all the devil and all this is because they want to, give in to their desires and their pleasures and whatever. And, like, burning for all eternity doesn't sound very pleasurable to me, and it doesn't sound like something that I would willingly participate in. So, I don't know. I'm not these people, but I was like, all right. But I know these people exist, certain people like that. I would be curious on how they would react if the Antichrist or Satan or whatever showed up. They'd probably piss their pants and repent and be like, oh my God, I'm, whatever. And what the hell is that? Ugh, I'm gonna edit that out. I do like that the goofballs, even though I don't care for their characters, address the fact that he had a fucking 666 behind his ear as proof. Like a whole bunch of people were just like, oh, okay, hail Satan, hail Satan. I was like, anybody can get that brand. That's ridiculous. And they're like, well, how do we know? That's just a tattoo. And then he burns the girl up. But at first I was just like, really? That's it? That's all anyone needs to prove it? So I was glad they called him out, and since they're supposed to be the smart guys of the episode, it makes sense it would be them. Anyone who would resort to Satanism like this and actually practice it like this is an idiot, in my opinion. You're a fucking idiot. So I guess you would believe something so stupid. You want to believe so bad that there you go. There's your proof. You moron. But yeah, because this chick sold her soul and got cable TV and Brad Pitt and Ryan Reynolds, I guess Ryan Reynolds is pretty busy pleasuring people. She is connected to this like soul selling network, and she just so happens to know these robotic guys who are billionaires now, and they are essentially immortal. They can do as much cocaine as they want, and they won't overdose. They get like a fucking jar of it this big that came like direct from Pablo Escobar. Care package for him there. And this is where we we meet Venable again, find out where she came from. So she works for this tech company, and Mead is the robot that's made, so that's how they connect. Where the hell happened to these tech guys, we do not know, although Michael wanted to kill them already, I think. Who the hell wouldn't want to? God, those guys are fucking ridiculous. That was really annoying me, especially the fact that they build these like sex dolls and they can't even get the thing to give a hand job correctly. But then they build a person from fucking scratch and put the memories into the head of this thing that just match. But they also put the assassin's memories in there as well, and when it wakes up, it just instantly knows Michael Langdon. Like, they're having troubles getting a fucking machine to jerk you off. But then, yeah, I don't know. That just was ridiculous to me. But the whole fucking thing's ridiculous. Don't get me wrong. I felt like they wrote themselves into a corner here with her being a robot. And it was like, well, how do we explain this now? Maybe they were doing a bowl of cocaine this big when they wrote that whole robot scene. And then they were like, well, fuck, how are we going to make this? Like, oh God, we have to explain how he can't bring her back, and then we have to explain how the robot thing works, and we're gonna have to make that interesting. Well, let's go for really goofy and funny, and maybe people will just think it's so funny they won't care. I cared. It was not a good choice, in my opinion. But as I said, I hope you guys loved it. And I feel like Michael could have came in and helped them with the bugs. Like, they were having issues. They had the jack-off machine, the jack-off hand that they couldn't fucking work or whatever. And maybe he came in and had some magical powers that he could fucking help with their creations. And they were like right there on the edge of it. But as I said, the fact that they were like screwing a thing up that seemed simplistic in comparison to building a fucking assassin robot from scratch that looks just like pictures that they got, and I don't know, it's just too fucking ridiculous for me, I guess. But this is a show about the fucking Antichrist and witches, so maybe I'm just being ridiculous. And yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. I was really underwhelmed, and I hope that the next episode is far superior to this. What do you guys think? I don't know. I don't really have a ton of things to suggest for next week here. I do hope that I get to see these guys die, these fucking idiots with the haircut. They're gonna have to die here. We only got 2 episodes left. We're gonna have to explain what happened to them. The apocalypse is gonna have to come soon. I would expect the apocalypse will happen in the next episode, and then the last episode will take place finally back on that timeline that started in the first 3 episodes. Jesus Christ, we've been away from that for so long. I almost forgot what the hell's going on, right? Jesus Christ, it was like 2 months ago. Right. Anyway, guys. All right. I'll see you next week.